All right. So, what's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today, what we're going to be doing is what we were going to be doing last Thursday, but I unfortunately was not able to do, and that is going to be to look over the patch as well as the future implications. Usually, in our TA season, if you guys didn't know, we are at the new season. I have already started playing a little bit, just to see how things are. But again, I didn't want to get too deep into it because it is going to be changing very drastically very soon, mainly because of A, the buffs, which we'll talk about in a second, and that I had made a video about, and B, because of the new hero ML Lilias, which we actually haven't talked about her kit in depth on stream. So with all that stuff, hopefully today we'll have a discussion time as far as the things that we will be talking about. We will be talking about that stuff. We'll go over the buffs, all the other stuff, and then we will also be going through and potentially opening a room, playing a little bit, or maybe even just going to RTA, as well as me going over some of the things that we're going to be changing. This week I will actually try to stream every day up until Tuesday, mainly because I will not be able to stream for a very long time afterwards. As you guys know, it's the holiday seasons. I'm not going to be anywhere that I have access to my laptop for the next like 2 weeks. So I will still be making videos. I do have my tablet with me, so you guys will see very scuffed videos again, but you know, the mic's pretty good on the tablet now. So yeah, that's what we'll do. That's just some updates. So let me just set up some things on the YouTube side because this doesn't let me do it until after. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. And let me also turn on my camera so you guys can see me. Know that it's live. Let me actually open that. All right, there we go. And of course, it's always dark. All right. But let me open that up, and then I will pull up all the other good stuff. I wish I could make this a little bit faster. I hate that it takes so long to actually go through and do all this. Hey, what's up, Black Eyes? Let me put this here. Yes, I will talk about the balance changes in a second. I'm sorry if I'm a little slow. I have to do this every single time, and it doesn't let me do it until after I start the stream, which is very unfortunate, but that is now all good and done. All right, there we go. We're ready. Balance changes ML1 though. All right, let's start with the updates, right? Because there's a few updates. Some a little boring. Most as far as like game, we haven't really gotten too much aside from we did get Advent recently, so we did get Advent, which was nice. I cleared it. I don't know if anyone got anything. The rewards were not great, so I didn't actually farm the harder difficulties. I feel like most people were like me. I legit just did my 60 runs, got all the rewards from the shop. I didn't even touch hell. I didn't even try it. I like looked at it. I heard all the nightmares of people saying, oh yeah, this is terrible. I probably should go and finish this actually though. So I'll probably go back and actually finish that because I do want that, and I do want these. So I'll probably have to do a couple more. But I mean, again, you don't have to do anything to actually clear most of the shop, because like the rewards for actually clearing the harder one were so disappointing. Like, yeah, you could get the crit rate ones, that one will be nice, but all the other ones, it's like, do I really need these? Not really. So not the greatest rewards out there, but definitely probably will go back to actually grab all of these though. So that would have been nicer if I actually farmed the hell difficulty, because it would have just been a lot faster to actually farm that. But let's actually look at the updates that they have done, as well as the balance patch is going to be coming out. But first, let's look at the, let's see it if they have it here. All right, there we go. So the last update, again, we're getting the new side story. This part should be quick, and we'll get to the other stuff. And also let me turn on the music so y'all can actually hear the music as well. Epic Hell's not that bad. Yeah, Hufer, I heard about that it wasn't too bad, but I was just too lazy to even switch the gear around. It just, I didn't like it. I feel Advent Side Story will get a lot of players rants about Hell mode. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I just didn't want to do it. I just felt too lazy to do it. The link to the Discord is broken. I will have to fix that. It's probably because I deleted that channel myth. That is unfortunate. You're saying to like go to the Twitch? I'll do that afterwards. But yeah. So as far as this one, this is a rerun of last year's side story. So if you're someone that actually keeps up with like the side stories, this is a rerun, so you don't have to worry about it. You can just I don't mind these too much because you can just literally just breeze through them, and if you remember, you don't have to do anything. So that part's pretty nice, just being able to go through it, being able to clear it. The artifact, I remember it being decent, but again, it's a standard side story, 3-week side story. You do get a pretty good amount of Molagora after the 3 weeks. So that part's nice. You do get the friendship stuff. Again, the exchange shop, as always. And then, of course, the main rewards. This one, I remember thinking it was like a decent one. Just because it's like a heal when you use a basic attack skill. So it's not useless, but it's not like the greatest in the world. Alright, turn it down a little bit. Alright. There we go, Hufer. I turned down just a little bit. As far as the actual artifacts, oh man, it's not terrible because it can roll all into speed. But you want to dodge a F-Res for most likely. So that's a tough one. And then it was way too hot in that picture. Yeah, I really like Elena overall. Elena's skin is one of the reasons I actually like built my Elena, was because I actually like the skin so much. And it was released last year. We didn't get a... Yeah, I turned on the background music. Hopefully it should be a little bit lower for you guys. Again, YouTube is on a small delay. So everything you hear me say is going to be on a slight delay from what's actually happening. So just know that. That is happening. Fairy Tale Tenebria, we already talked about it. We talked about her. She is still surprisingly good. I don't know why more people don't use her. But then again, it's just because there's so many units right now that want speed gear. And most people probably put their Fairy Tale Tenebria gear on Angel and Angelica. Just because Angel and Angelica, for the most part, does most of the roles that Fairy Tale Tenebria would do, but better in most situations. But Fairy Tail is still a really good last pick option. If you don't have Langy, for sure she's a really good option. You just have to make sure that they don't have a Fallen Cecilia to stop you, right? There's also the fact that a lot of Earth heroes are actually pretty good right now. But again, still a really good last pick option. I still see her occasionally getting picked for speed contesting. So still a good unit. It's not where she used to be. I still would say get her, mainly because of the artifact, and we'll talk about that again with the buffs. Ray, do not pull for him. I know you may like Ray. I know he looks cool. I know he's a doctor. I know he looks awesome. It's just there's so many better units that do his job up better. So many units do his job up better. The only plays I could still see him be used, it's like slow Banshee, but you're gonna face out of that really fast, right? So it's just not worth it. Summoning packs, actually pretty good value. These are not good value. Do not get these. These are trash value. These are like $20, $30 for like a random 5-star. It's not worth it. Don't fall into this. It's not worth it. There's better packs out there, and there have been better packs than those. It's not worth it. Then you got the other one. So very small patch as far as this stuff goes, right? So very small patch. And that means that this week we're not going to get any updates, right? And then the next week is going to be the big one where we're getting the patch update change as well as ML Lilias, right? So those are going to be pretty big, right? So those will be nice once they do end up coming out. So let me actually show the thing with them. And we'll have to go back in this one. Okay. So now for the balance patches. And we talked about it, but I've had more time to actually think about the balance adjustments and like actually think about like what it's going to cost and what the difference is going to be going forward. Yeah, 5-star packs, don't get them. The first really patch are not, yeah, they're decent myth. They're decent value. They're just not the greatest. But all right, balance patch. So we did talk about it a little bit on the video. Y'all should be able to read it. Okay. So as far as this balance patch, man, people are so split on Judge Kise. I'm more on the one that I don't think it's enough, but there are some people that will swear by Judge Kise. Like there are more than one person that is saying like Judge Kise now is like a really good unit and people are sleeping on her, right? So I've heard everything, right? I've heard that Judge Kise is garbage unit put back in this thing, and then there are people that are saying Judge Kise is going to be insane, or Judge Kise is going to be really strong or a good option, right? So it's very split. I'm leaning more on the side that it's like I don't think it's enough, but I could see why people think it's going to be enough in certain situations. But let's go over it, right? I know we went over it before, but let's go over it one more time, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see it. Archdemon Shadow. We're going to talk about this one. This one's huge, right? This one's huge. If you have a Archdemon Shadow, you're set for life. You're set for life. Yeah, all the Melissa buff. There's some buffs here that are just completely useless. But as far as Archdemon Shadow, if you're someone that actually owns Archdemon Shadow is actually just going to be like insane, dude. Like, I want this unit so much more. You guys should already know that I actually really like it, like a lot. Right, I'll go over what they're saying, right? Because I like to read all of them. And some of the people that are saying it, it's like top level players. I don't know if y'all are in the Arena Epic 7 Discord. But But a lot of the people in the Epic 7 Arena Discord, which is a lot of top players, are actually saying that they think she's going to be decent, right? So, and then I'll say some of the arguments that I've been reading for her. But as far as Meru, she's going to be a monster. She is not going to be fun with ML Lilias. Like, this buff alone may not have been enough to actually put her back on the map. But the fact that she's getting the buff at the same time that she gets a support, and the support that she's getting is insane. And we'll RTA in a little bit later, healer. We should be doing it a little bit later. It's going to be insane. ASFJK123, what I think of Epic 7 at the moment. As far as PvE goes, I mean, they did add something challenging with the Advent. I think PvE is doing fine. I do want the Inheritance. I feel like they've taken too long to add the Inheritance at this point. They're like almost 2 seasons behind to do the extra Guild Wars content. I think they definitely need to step up with like the Guild Wars content and all that stuff. As far as PvP goes, oh man. PvP right now is something. So as far as PvP and Epic 7 goes right now, Arena is a nightmare. I cannot imagine like right now playing Arena in Epic 7, because like we'll go back to the balance patch, but that's a really good question, AS. Your name's really long, I can't say it properly. And I want Meru too, dude, Hufer. It looks great. But we'll go back to Meru in a second. But Epic 7 PvP right now, Arena, like, it's so toxic, dude. Like, I look at this Arena page and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I know there are cleaves, but the cleaves to actually cleave these type of defenses are like super specific to actually get a cleave to actually cleave this. If you have the cleave, like the proper cleaves tools, you can actually go pretty far. But it's just, man, oh man. Arena has always been my least favorite content, but it's particularly bad right now. Right? Like right now, Arena is just like, I don't even want to look at it. And the thing they changed the point system, I actually don't like it. I like that what they did to get to champion is easier, but the fact that they inflated the points, this is something that some people actually complain about, because you actually have to do a lot more points. It's a lot more inflated. Hey, shout out to Kumo. I see Kumo up here. All the way up here. But like, it's like, because the points are inflated, you have to play a lot more to actually get a higher rank, right? So it's a lot harder to actually climb an arena because of it. Oh, and Dr. Scroll's actually up there too. That's crazy. Just to see Dr. Scroll popping off too. But it is just crazy that it's a lot of stuff. I just use Rowana for Remcoms to auto it. Oh, Rowan's not that bad. Champ Arena is easy though. But like, Champ is not too hard to get there, but it's so hard to climb through Arena, dude, that it's just like, it's so tedious. It's not that it's hard, right? It's not particularly hard to bruiser a lot of these defenses. I could easily clear my list, right? That's not the issue. I could easily clear this list, right? The problem is, how long is it going to take me to actually clear the list, right? Because if I actually sit here and do these, each fight is going to take me like 5-6 minutes. But I know I can clear every single one with a bruiser team, right? Bruisering these defenses is not that hard. The problem is, because you want to go fast, before you used to just be able to cleave them, but it's a little bit harder if you don't have the specific cleaves now. But yeah, my defense, it's like no one really attacks it, so I don't even have to play Arena every week. I don't have to touch this content anymore. And it's like Arena pieces, you outgrow most Arena pieces, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll just use it for charms mostly. But this is my defense. It's just full anti-cleave, right? I'm just putting like all full anti-cleave, and then just if they bruiser me, they can waste their time, right? As far as RTA, what I think about it right now for PvP, RTA is fun up until you get to a certain level. Hey, Hufer, that's awesome that you're making a legend this week. As far as RTA, I'm having a lot of fun right now, personally. I'm having a lot of fun right now, but the higher I go up, like I got to Challenger and then I decayed. When I got to Challenger, yeah. I was a Challenger and then I decayed out. But when I got to Challenger and I was getting closer and closer, and I did it at like last week, right? When it was like, when the initial rush happened. The higher you go up, the more critical certain units are. And it's just getting to a point where I have the units to compete properly, right? Dare to one-shot that one. Healer, you can't one-shot it. Unless you have Flan and Arby. You can't one-shot it, Healer. Ours can't even one-shot that NPC battle. But as far as RTA, it's one of those things that like this season in particular, and even last season, to get to champion, it's easy, right? I will always say this, champion is free. You can get to champion with your eyes closed as long as you've been playing the game for a decent enough time and have decent enough gear. Champion is free. And it's actually pretty fun, right? You actually see a lot of diversity in champion, and you can actually play a lot of fun teams and have fun on your climb to champion, right? Which is why I'm trying to build. I'm trying not to climb right now. I'm actually trying to decay right now, because this Tuesday I want to test out my fun teams before we get close to like Emperor, right? But once you get closer to Emperor, it feels like if you're not playing the meta units, you are gonna be getting shoved, right? Like if you're not playing a Ravi, if you're not playing Weimaru, if you don't have answers to those two units, you're gonna be getting shoved, right? Or ML Cowrick, right? If you don't have like certain key units, the Lion, Crimson Armin, it's significantly harder for you to compete at a high level. Now, if you're just climbing up to Masters, you don't have to worry about that. You can use anything and you'll probably get there. Belay or Ravi first play, it's like Cowrick, and it's like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's gotten a lot. Yes, I will say that RTA has gotten a lot more pay to winny, and my biggest complaint with RTA right now is that it like the higher levels, it's new units are outshining old units, right? And this used to not be like that. But like for Emperor, right? I don't know if you'll notice, but most of the units that are meta right now are units that came out very recently, or units that recently got buffed, right? Like Ravi very recently got buffed. Balion very recently got released. ML Lilias very recently got released. I'm sure Meru very recently. Crimson Armin very recently got a buff, right? It's becoming where like the new units are the ones that are setting the meta, right? So it makes it a lot harder. Like in the past, if you build Crawl, you were set for life for higher up, but for higher up, like to get to Emperor, it's a lot harder. Now I will say though, I hope this talk doesn't pull you away. If you're someone that never has played RTA, I suggest you try it. It's not as bad as people make it out to be for actually climbing. And Ravi recently got a buff. Yes, Ravi was nowhere to be seen until she got her buff, right? So it's just a lot of the units are like coming out. But I will say, have fun with it. If you're not willing to like get all the new units, be competitive, play a lot every day, just have fun in champion, right? Because at the end of the day, the game is about having fun. You can get to champion very easily. AOL is not old yet. That's pretty new still. Yeah. Rem and Violet Blind, yeah. So I will say up to champion, it's fine. It's fun. It's everything from everyone says. If you're trying to get to Emperor and Legend, you're gonna have a really rough time. You either have to put in a lot of hours or have all the meta units and put up a lot of hours, right? So the big thing, it's like to get to Emperor, it's the amount of time you actually have to put into the game, as well as the units you have to make it work. So again, it's fun. It's definitely end game content. You can definitely like do what you want with it. But if you want to have fun, I would suggest staying in lower brackets, because again, the rewards on Masters, that's all you want. The Emperor is just for the flexing and for the competitive nature, right? If you're someone that's very competitive, I enjoy competition up to a certain point, which is why I'll try to reach close to Emperor to have fun. But if you're not someone that likes competition, you're just playing for fun, again, you get all the rewards for being in Masters, right? You're gonna get everything, so it's not that big of a deal. No one power Riet. Oh man, I love to see when people say buff Riet. I'm like, that unit's already broken. But okay, let's go back to talking about the buffs. As far as Archdemon Shadow, if you have her, build her, because she's gonna be insanely good. Not just because she got this buff, it's because of ML Lilias. Because when you actually look at her and ML Lilias, they literally go like a pair. Like they literally like go so well together. I know I'm not gonna do Fortnite. I hate Fortnite. So Ataria's not gonna be buffed for a while. I mean, there's not gonna be another patch until like February, right? So just remember that for a while. Well, let me see some of the questions before I get caught up, because all the stuff that are here. Healer, it's not play to win. You're pretty high up. Are you Emperor yet? I pre-meant Ravi. Ravi is really hard unit to deal with if they're playing her in an aggressive comp. If they're playing her properly, it's really hard to deal with Ravi. I just get to Masters because high rankers, it's rock paper scissors. That's fair. But yeah, I would say RTA it's a little bit higher. For first timers, do you recommend starting playing RTA right now until end of season, 1 or 2 matches per day? I would just say it's always, I mean, Epic Salmon at the end of the day, it's a PvP game. You should be wanting to play RTA. There's no reason for you not to play 1 or 2 a day and just try yourself out, because by playing 1 or 2 times a day, you see what you lose to, you see what units you like, you see what teams you like, and then you can actually build around it. So I definitely think you want to. But Meru, right? So I would say I would do 1 a day just for fun, right? You can't just wait till the last week, and it will be easier, but it's just a lot less stressful if you can already get to Masters earlier on. Yeah, see, healer, you're fine. You're chilling. But yeah, so Sarze Meru, she's gonna be good, mainly not just because of this, but because of Archdemon Shadow and the artifact. Because ML Lilias is gonna slow down the meta or speed it up. I'm not quite sure which one's gonna be. She works for both, right? She's gonna be a broken unit, and we'll talk about her later on today. But this is just really not like, this just makes it so if you reach S3, she becomes a monster in Frenzy. If you get to your S3 with Archdemon Shadow, you will automatically win the game. If you use S3, you're probably winning the game, right? Like, there's like a 10% chance you won't win the game off of S3, but you're probably winning the game. And the way to actually get here faster is by using Lilias, ML Lilias, the new one, using regular Lilias, using Aros, using counterattacks, right? You ramp up and then you get to that point, and you're more consistent landing your seal now, which is really nice because that used to be one of her biggest issues, was not landing seal on high ER targets. This actually makes the Rowana matchup not as bad because you can just soul burn onto your Rowana and then just seal her, right? So that's really nice. Low Emperor, yeah, points are going up really fast now. They changed the points again, which I'm like, why? And yeah, Crimson A-Robbie is really hard to deal with. But okay, Judge Kise. This is a big one, right? I've heard a lot on this one, and I made the video on my initial reaction. All right, I just want to see what you guys think before I talk about it. How many of you guys think that Judge Kise is still trash? I just want to see what y'all think. I just want to see, just say trash, usable, or really good. I just want to see in between those three what y'all think of it. Because I've heard the whole range. I've heard people say absolute dog water, keep her in your box. I heard people say, oh no, it's gonna be pretty good, she's gonna be okay, you know, usable counter pick unit. And some people are like, oh yeah, she's gonna be really good, right? So it's gonna be interesting. How many ML Lilias for her? Dude, ML Lilias is gonna be insanely powerful, by the way. Like, just stupid powerful, Ivan. She's gonna be stupid. We'll talk about her later on after we talk about these buffs real quick. Does the damage burn more on defense break? Yes, burn actually does do more damage on decreased defense. Burn is not 100% chance. It's not 100% defense penetration. I think it's like 75%. I forget what the exact percentage is, but burns do more damage when the target has less defense. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but burns do more damage if they're decreased broken. So yes, burns will do more. I don't know if it's decreased defense then burn. I'm not sure which one comes first. Trash. So people are thinking trash. Upper cleavage is dead. Yeah, usable but disappointing. Okay, trash. So okay, so you are between usable and trash. I'm in the usable, but people are thinking she's gonna be OP. All right, so let's break it down. Judge Kise is a warrior, right? So Judge Kise speed tier. Let me actually look this up. There's actually a really handy website that actually has the speed charts. All right, so speed charts. So Judge Kise is at a 115, which is right here, right? She shares speed with a lot of different units, but she is slower, like openers such as Kise. Kise is way faster than her with the artifact. She's slower than Riet. She's slower than like a lot of the DPS heroes. She's slower than the fast setups. She's slower than the speed contesters. Way slower than the speed contesters, right? And she's significantly slower than Rand, right? So what a lot of people are saying is Judge Kise is going to be trash because the way that they have her set up is for her to be an opener, right? But because of her speed tier, she loses to all these speed disruptors, right? And you can't put her on immunity, because if you put her on immunity, then you're giving Rimuru free turn right after, which is not ideal, right? You don't want to just give him free immunity, and you don't want him killing your Judge Kise, right? So people say she's gonna be bad because she has to be an opener, right? And no, Allison, she does not actually have it. She does not actually have that. So let's actually, like, yes, she's slower than her speed contesters, but 115 is not that slow, right? People are making it out to be like she's a turtle, right? Fairy Tail Tenebria is 115 as well, right? Where's Fairy Tail? She should be like right here. Yeah, Fairy Tail's 115. And she used to be a very good opener, right? She used to be a 290 speed opener, right? So it's not like the slowest thing on the planet. The other thing is, like, you're not taking her into, like, you're not taking Judge Kise into speed contesters, right? You're picking her usually as a counter pick. So that's the thing, that the argument that people are making. It's like, she can work as an opener, right? So okay, now that we agreed that she's gonna be an opener, right? Because that's what she's about. What else did she get, right? the S3, if you look here, this is already taken into consideration the skill ups. This is annoying, right? Because it shows it with max skill ups, but they don't show you that it can go to 100. People are like, oh, it doesn't show up the skill ups. This is after skill ups. If you actually go to her portrait, that's her with skill ups, right? So that is going to be her max chance. She does not have 100%, and that's actually going to be one of the biggest things that actually stops her. It's going to be the fact that it's not 100%. If you see here, her base is actually 55. It gets to 75 when she actually gets skill ups, but right here, it's going to go up to 80, right? So that part is the part that really hurts her. If you want to know what the part that's going to hurt her the most, it's this, right? It's this. So that part is the thing that's going to help her, that's going to hurt her the most, is the fact that it's not 100%. The other part that's going to hurt her a little bit is the fact that it's only one strip, right? If you miss that one strip, it's over. Your Kise is useless, right? So it's very, very similar prey pattern to someone like Bromid. The thing about it, though, is that reduction of cooldown is a very, 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 very good skill. Like, I see why they were scared, but at the same time, it makes her inconsistent enough that it makes it a little hard. I will say, yeah, it does apply 3 times, which makes it really good. It's the strip. It's missing the strip. So, and then, of course, she gets a skill nullifier, and she gets extra damage, right? So, in my mind, Judge Kise is going to be a unit that you're playing with the Summer Iseria cleave. Like the Rand Summer Iseria Cerise cleave, right? And I see her more as a counter pick option in those situations. If you're fighting something like a Mediator Cowrick or even a Rimuru, right? I think Judge Kise can do good work in those situations because you can actually reset them, right? Or even something like May Chloe, right? Because the big counters to cleavers are things that can survive and then actually retaliate with an S3, right? A Ravi S3, Maid Chloe S3. There's a lot of S3s that are pretty critical, right? So getting the S3 to be able to actually hit those type of units can actually help a cleave. And that's what people are trying to say, that, hey, this is pretty impactful, right? Because losing 3 turns of cooldowns is really impactful. But the problem is that, again, it's very inconsistent. So the only place you can really function is going to be with some setup, like a Rand, right? Or someone going before her, because you cannot rely on this alone to win you the game. And hey, what's up, Clarcy? I would not rely on this alone to win you the game, or you're going to get frustrated a lot, right? It's going to be very, very frustrating if you miss this and lose the fight because of it. But again, it is a very polarizing skill, right? It is a very, very polarizing skill where if you land it, you do land a very critical reduction. And this does counter a lot of meta units. Like, this is really good into Mediator Cowrick. This is really good into Rimuru. This is really good into Maid Chloe. This is really good into, not into Landy. It's not that great into Stene, just because Stene can just S1. See, it's another big unit right now in the meta. The Mediator. Riet can dodge it. What's some other... I don't think. Fallen Cecilia doesn't care about the skill at all, right? That's another big one that hurts. It does hit Crimson Armin. The Lion doesn't really care too much. A Robbie doesn't really care too much, right? So there's like some situations where it would help. The big ones being Rimuru and Crimson Armin, Maid, and Mediator Cowrick. But at that point, it only really affects like higher up, right? So, and yes, no ML 5 stars ever gotten an EE, so it's very unlikely that she'll get that. So, all in all, what I will give you the 2 sides of what people are saying. On my side, I'm on the side that I think she'll be usable as a counter pick, but I don't know if it's worth the investment for, like, if you're trying to be really competitive. Just because it's like, it's a lot of RNG, right? To me, it's a lot of RNG. Yes, it's a very polarizing skill. Like, this is a very polarizing skill. Taking away 3 turns of cooldown is very polarizing, right? But it's the fact that that's all she does. She, like, does that and dies, right? Oh, yeah. Y'all like the Pantheon theme? Yeah, I love the Pantheon theme. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Violet, Raven and Violet is really good Ceramic Dragon. But yeah, let me see some of the stuff you were saying. And yeah, you can't strip FCC's immunity, right? So, I'm on the side that I don't think it was enough. Not necessarily because, like, my thing why I didn't think it's enough is because this skill is not 100%. That really hurts her. Another part is because they gave her the worst survival, right? Like, skill nullifier, she's legit doing S3 and die. That is her whole job. S3 and die, right? That's it. She does S3, she's gone. She's dead. She's not doing anything else. You cannot expect her to do anything else. The S2 feels like a slap in the face. Like, it's like, why does she have this? It's so weird. They took damage away from this skill. And then added a really bad debuff, right? And it's like, why, right? It doesn't make sense to what she's even trying to do. It doesn't, like, cohesively make sense in her kit. It's just like, they're like, let's just throw a glancing hit because I don't know what debuff, what else are we going to throw? So I don't think it's enough to make her meta, but I do think it's enough to make her usable, right? I definitely do think it's something that is usable. Yeah, I think it's something that you can definitely use in an aggressive team composition to reset critical values, right? So I think she'll definitely see some play. I just don't know if it's worth the high investment. On the other hand, what people are saying that you're gonna do, on the other hand, what people are saying that they're really gonna be good in is because of the Riet Caesarea teams. Because if you do Riet Caesarea Judge Kise can theoretically set up for Samurai Seria. And it's a very high roll situation where if you get the strip, you win the game, right? It's that simple. If you hit it, you pretty much win. If you don't hit it, you lose, right? So it's really like impactful S3, which is why people are saying, oh, that combo is strong enough on its own that it warrants her being meta, right? Or just the fact that utility that you get from this. Because I don't want to say that this is not a good skill. Like, this skill, I've always said, even before her buff, reducing cooldown duration has always been a good buff, right? Always has been good. So, yeah, all in all, I think it's okay. It's not great. They definitely could have done more. I think she'll just be a good addition. It'll definitely be something that if you enjoy for fun, she is usable now. But yeah, Ceramic Dragon, if you play within the first month of RTA, you're going to be playing against a lot of high level players because most people don't start playing until late in the season because there's no motivation besides for Emperor players to climb early in the season, right? There is zero motivation for anyone to climb early in the season. You can climb the last month of RTA and get even Emperor, honestly. You can climb literally the last month of RTA and make it to Emperor. But again, Judge Kise, it makes her usable, right? They did fix a problem she had, which was this, but she still has a lot of problems, right? So it's tough. So Judge Kise, oh no, I think she's usable. I don't think it's enough to make her like meta, but then again, people have done more to like make worse units good. So I'm not gonna just say and write her off immediately because there are people that will definitely make her be broken. And that's my thoughts on Judge Kise. As far as the other things, if you're someone's picking Riet and Caesarea Judge Kise, they're going to be facing Politis, Belian, and Rem. If they go Politis, Belian, and Rem, you straight up lose to the A Ravi that you also have in there. There's a lot of ways to actually deal like with Rem and Belian now. I actually rarely ever see Rem anymore in RTA. Like, believe it or not, in RTA you barely see Rem. But yes, RTA matchmaking is normal. That's usually what happens. It's just early season. You can just wait till the last month and climb, and you'll have much easier time. But it's a good time for you to experience it. Why is just Kise I can use? Yeah, I mean, Ida's is gonna be really good too. It's just for the it'll be like against the Rimuru matchup that she'll be decent, right? Because she does stop Rimuru, right? So, and let me see, could even survive the counter. Yeah, she can survive a counter because of the skill modifier. But yeah, the glancing hit is one turn actually really irks me. That it is one turn. And they couldn't even do 2 turns for an AoE skill like that. But yeah, so that's as far as that. You will definitely see her. People will definitely try to use her. But I just don't know if it's enough. As far as Melissa, honestly, they clearly don't. Like, the problem, like, there's times where I think Smage doesn't test their units. And like, the more I play, the more I'm like, there's certain units that I have no idea who's in charge of making the buffs or why they even did it. Because Melissa's biggest problem is she is dummy squishy, but wants to go first. And it's not viable to go Oxlots and Flan that easily, right? You have to have some speed. But she's still extremely squishy, right? She'll die to 1 counter. And it's just, if they had just given her turn 1 immortality like they did with BBK, she's fixed. She's like great unit. So it's tough. ML Lilias, I will say, is actually going to be really good. We'll talk about ML Lilias in a second, right after we go over this. But I talk about Melissa. They didn't target her problems. They literally just dodge. And I should be doing RTA later if I have time. So I'm trying to go through this stuff a little bit quicker since we already talked about it in the video. But they just didn't. I don't want to talk about it because she's still gonna be like just Guild Wars. Insanely good. I talked about this. If you're a newbie player that's just doing PvE, I highly suggest you make Lorena. Lorena is looking like the best single target DPS in the game for bossing in PvE. There are so many places you can use Lorena, but build her. Just build her. Just build her. If you're a newer player, just build Lorena, right? Just do it. Just do it. I can tell you right now, if you're a new player, just do it. Def 1, yeah, ML Lilias is going to be really good. I'll talk about her in a second. But build Commander Lorenas, she's insanely good now. It's like ridiculously good. She's a staple PvE unit for early game. Of course, late game, you don't need her as much, just for fun. But if you're an early game player, she just is going to destroy all PvE content. I might just do it just for showing it for guides. She just does so much work for PvE. And then Wanda, yes, Wanda, if you're someone that wants to do PvP and Guild Wars and you want to push higher in PvP and Guild Wars, highly suggest you build Wanda, right? Wanda is looking like a monster, not only as an extremely good Violet counter, but just as an overall really good control unit. Lorena works in Abyss? Absolutely. Lorena will actually probably be one of the best single target DPSs in Abyss because of this change that her S1 does damage based on target's max health, as well as all the different buffs that she got. She will absolutely carry you in Abyss. Easily. Does Daydream Joker stack with Lorena's buff? Yes. It will stack. You will do dummy damage. You can't actually give her Daydream Joker and just melt bosses. Lorena will fall off late game, right? So yes, Patrick, as you mentioned, she will fall off late game, which is why I say the later you're in the game, the less you need to build her. But if you're someone that only has 1 month in the game, oh yeah, I would invest in it for sure. And you can even use her for Fire Expedition. You can use her for... I'm pretty sure you can use her for Dark Expedition too. You can use it for a lot of expeditions. You can use it for all of the raids. It's really good. It's really good. Like she will fall off a little bit late game, but she's still gonna be really good. She does work for Expos. She works for Fire Expedition, and I'm pretty sure she can work for Light Expedition as well. Yes, you don't get the damage from like the increase to max health. Because the bosses are... No, they only cut by half. So you do get the bonus. They only cut it by half. I'm pretty sure you can actually use her in Light Expedition as well. She takes extra damage, but like, that doesn't stop anything. And Mirror will be broken. I don't think for Wyvern, I would not recommend her for Wyvern. There's definitely content she won't be good for certain places, but it's good. It's good. She's a really good PvE unit now. She's like really good for Abyss, really good for Raid, really good for some expeditions. For hunts, not so much. I can't really think of any hunts that you would really use her in. I don't think she's good for any hunt. For level 13 hunt. Just because her mechanics don't actually work for what the hunts want. So. Yeah. Light has anti-dark. It has anti-dark as far as damage, right? But that's why you have the extra defense from this. And she's a decently tanky unit, right? Because she's a warrior. And she can actually cycle a lot. Yes, you can push back the boss, but she does self-CR push. She does do pretty good damage. She's a good single target DPS hero. As long as you can survive the initial wave of that Light Expedition, you're fine. But yeah, she does fall off. I'm not arguing with you, Patrick Beck, that she does fall off late game. Absolutely falls off late game. 100%. But it's still usable in some late game content. But yeah, she will fall off the later you get in Abyss, the later you get in different locations. But again, for a 3-star unit, it's not bad. And then Wanda, of course, just insanely good unit. The thing that makes her really good is the fact that this is basically Falconeer Cleary. Like, she just became a weird sort of Falconeer Cleary because she functions the same as Falconeer Cleary. We can Soulburn, and you can essentially neuter one unit for like 2 turns, right? Except this is a straight up stun, and she does more damage than Falconeer Cleary. So it's like an aggressive Falconeer Cleary. And you can give her a Miscomp File, which is the Ranger artifact that decreases defense. And you essentially have a Falconeer Cleary-esque unit. Really solid. One is becoming the next carrier for 3 stars? Probably. But not as strong. I don't think she'll have as much as an impact. As Carrot did, as far as PvP goes. But she'll definitely be really good. Wanda's insanely good. All the 3 stars are becoming really good value. I don't know why Smoggy doesn't do more SCs. I think everyone likes SC changes. And like almost all of them have been impactful, right? Let me actually show the specialty changes. Frost is like a really solid PvE unit as well as PvP. I still use him for Guild Wars. He sucks. She's actually okay for Light Expedition, surprisingly. She's actually really good for Light Expedition. So she's actually not a bad unit anymore. She's actually solid for Light Expedition and for Golem if you actually do Golem. She's actually more solid than people give her credit for. I forgot what expeditions she's actually really good for. I think for Water Expedition and some other PvE content, she's actually usable. She's one of the best cleansers in the game. Insane PvE hero. Really solid PvP hero. Niche uses, but she does function for Earth Expedition. Insanely powerful. Still pretty good. One of the best Guild Wars units. She kind of sucks. And still really good unit for PvE and PvP. Solid Knight for countering Violet and Provoke units. Not so great and not so great. So like more than half of the SCs are like solid. So Wonder Worth Invest, half Sahak and Milim. I mean, you typically work on the 3 stars when you don't have Molas, right? That's usually when you do it, unless it's someone like Ross and Falconeer Clary that are like staple. Like things like Wanda, Carrot, Shadow Phyllis, you kind of work on them as you need them. But like things like Doris, Falconeer Clary, I would say you definitely want to build ASAP, right? Like Doris and F Clary will carry you in PvE. Same thing with Amomo. Wanda is more PvP focused for sure. So until you start getting into higher level Guild Wars, you probably don't need her right away. But yeah, see, like Helga's pretty good. I sent you Mui RTA draft, the Mui OP. Wait, oh yeah, I want to see it, healer, because I am gonna run that later. I can't run it today because I'd have to re-gear, but I will definitely run that Mui one. Yeah, Musria sucks. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, she's right there. She also sucks. Use Helga for Lex, which is yeah. See, Helga's pretty good. Most of these are pretty good. Most of the heroes are actually like pretty solid SCs. But yeah, not bad. So all in all, pretty good balance patch, right? Ish. Just because of these 3. Like if it wasn't for these 2 units, for Lorena and for Wanda, I would have hated this patch because it did nothing except Emeru, right? Emeru is broken now. And then of course the artifact. If you don't have a copy, make sure you get at least 1 copy. This just basically became better Lele Violin for most heroes, right? So like for Polides, it's a little bit lower than Lele Violin, but the extra damage is insane for like a lot of like Counter Dizzy will want this artifact. Emeru wants this artifact. Champ C probably wants this artifact over Lele Violin, right? Everyone wants this artifact, right? Like that counter mages. So it's a really good artifact because they gave it that Lele Violin passive. That it makes Champ C much better at what he does. It makes Counter Dizzy if you're using Counter Dizzy, and it's like staple for Emeru. Like this is the best artifact you can give Emeru at this point. But yeah, Doris, all the SCs are really solid options. But okay, that's it as far as they go. Now the next one is going to be none other than ML Lilias, because this unit is absolutely busted. Like this unit is busted. Like I'm not even like I made a poll, right? Let me actually show you guys the poll results. Let me actually pull it up on the side. But I was shocked that not more people think she's insane. I think she's insane. I'm definitely pitting her, right? So this is the poll that I did a while back. Most people think she's gonna be strong, right? Which that's a good statement. Some people think she's gonna be okay. Some people think she's gonna be bad, which I really want to know why they think she's gonna be bad. And then some people think she's gonna be like OP. Like a lot of people actually do think she's gonna be OP. I'm on the side that I think she's gonna be broken, like just dummy insane, right? And I haven't gone and read through all the comments, but man, let's actually look at her kit, and maybe after we talk, we'll see why we think she's just insane. Doesn't she see 1 proof? Ravon depends on the champ C that you're running and depends on the content. PvE, he usually runs Lele Violin for PvE. PvP, Proof of Valor makes it so he doesn't get 1-shot against light units like LQC. But you can also use different artifacts. It's an option, right? Champ C can definitely use it. You can run Proof, but usually Proof of Valors are on different units. So unless you're using him strictly for Guild Wars, then you can actually just switch around artifacts. It depends on the teams. Need Max Imprint though. I don't think you need Max Imprint probably to make it better than Layla for sure, right? So, but it's definitely a good one, right? It's a good artifact. I would definitely try to get it. Oh yeah, I have Mystics ready for her too. So, all right. So as far as ML Lilias, let's actually talk about why I think she's gonna be broken. I am 100% pitting for this unit. I have pity. I'm close to pity. This unit is gonna be like something else. By the way, I just want to see this S3 animation because it's so sick.
Bar those in our way with destruction and fear.
Like,
Can you
I love her
reach me?
design. Like, she
I'll
looks
make you kneel
sick.
before me.
She's exactly what I expect her to be, except she's light. I wish she was a dark unit. But the fact that she's dark makes it so she's not an LQC target. But okay, let me actually get to the stat line. So first, the stat line. Her stat line is actually insane. That she doesn't get free gap, but we'll talk about it in a second. It's really good. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say why. So first, the stat line. This stat line is one of the best stat lines I've seen on a unit so far. She's a warrior though, and this is actually gonna be good, right? So here's the stat line. Attack is low. That's fine. She's not a DPS hero. That's fine. She's a DPS hero. The health. It's at over 6k health unit. That's pretty bulky. 121 speed, right? Let's pull up that speed tier that we had that we were showing before. Let's pull that up real quick, so y'all can see the speed tier. So 121. She's slower than the openers, right? Like the really speedy openers. She's almost as fast as Cerise, right? And Cerise is considered a very fast unit. She like laps. 6 speed is a lot as far as opening against like these type of heroes, right? She laps these type of heroes. Kise and Akali are faster, but they need way more stats. She's just almost as fast as Cerise. That's really fast, right? That's a really solid starting speed. And she gets effectiveness, and she gets health imprint, right? And she's gonna be running all effectiveness, all speed, and bulk, whatever bulk you can get, right? Really easy to build, honestly. It's just speed and effectiveness. Like all in all, it's not a necessarily hard unit to build. Very great stat line. This is just stat line, right? This is just stat line. Hey, what's up, TRJ? How you doing? Oh yeah, the animations are amazing. I love the animations. But yeah, so stat line, it's one of the best stat lines on a unit. Like this stat line is just ridiculously good, right? So really solid stat line. Okay, so that's starting one. Then we get to the second part, the S3. This is insanely good. So it's an AoE attack or AoE skill. It's not an attack, right? It's not an attack. That's important to know as well because it will not trigger counterattacks. It will trigger Polides, although it doesn't matter too much, but it will not trigger any counterattacks. And it does not check things like a Tywin. It does not check evasion, right? Those things are really good. You do that, you get Vigor. Vigor essentially gives you half of an attack buff and half of a defense buff. And this buff stacks, right? That's like so many people like ignore the fact that this buff stacks. Like I like people just gloss over that. Like they're like, oh yeah, 30% attack defense. Yeah, whatever. You know, attack buff is better. This will stack with attack buff. This will stack with defense buff. If you have attack buff and Vigor, you essentially have a unit that's like almost like a gap. You're giving like a more than a gap, actually. It's gonna be more than a gap because I think gap is 70%. So it's essentially giving them a gap and a small defense buff if you have an attack buff, a self-attack unit, right? So someone like Riet that can self-attack buff with this skill, that's a lot of attack, right? That on top of the attack buff. And on top of that, they also get defense, making them bulkier. 30% defense, if you don't know why that's so impactful, let me show you for a Bruiser teams. For like an Arabi, right? Let's just put, what's a good unit we can put for this situation? Let's do a Kise, right? And let's make her 4k, you know, high damage. Let's do like a really high damage Kise, right? And let's give her attack buff, right? She's doing quite a lot of damage on a Ravi, right? This is 17,000, right? But if you add on top the Vigor, you're dropping that by 3,000 almost, essentially, right? That's like 20%-ish. I had to do the math on the percentage, but that's a lot. That's a pretty big difference. That's a palpable difference, right? That's a palpable difference. That's really, really solid. Let me keep going though, because that's just the buff, right? We haven't touched anything else on the kit. This is just the buff, right? Just giving a free defense buff, essentially, that can stack with defense buff. So imagine this with a defense buff. Oh my god, you're talking about like this dummy thick units. Like you're gonna make units stupid tanky. Think of someone like Archdemon Shadow. Archdemon Shadow with this is almost unkillable, right? Slap on a defense buff on top, they're doing 0 damage to you. And the fact that you cannot strip this buff, you're just inherently making them tankier. You cannot strip it. If they get it, they're just 30% tankier, right? You can't do anything about it on like attack buff and defense buff. So just the buff alone is a really good buff, right? Then there's the other part, right? Why don't they cleanse on an opener? It doesn't really cleanse. It's just, it gets the bigger. The second part is that it reduces buff duration of all enemies by 1 turn. This means that if you have an immunity, doesn't matter. I'm still going to land this on you. Immunity is becoming worse and worse with every single patch, right? You use this, you reduce immunity, and you break their attack for 2 turns. And you get an extra turn, right? Attack break kills your attack. If you have no way to cleanse this, you're literally doing no damage turn 1, right? And I'll talk about her with Ida in a second. How do you build Ida? Cleve, I'm gonna build mine, but with Riet and Kise. I can show a couple Idas because someone actually tagged me in the Discord. I'll show them in a second because they actually have pretty good ones. But as far as, and I'll show the Ida when we actually talk more about it. But yeah, this is just the S3. So you have a unit that's giving a unique buff that's attack and defense that can stack, that can strip and set up attack break, which means that if the opponent cannot cleanse that, they're not doing any damage, right? Essentially, because you're getting 30% increased defense and you're breaking their attack. And on top of that, you're getting an extra turn, right? So you're stripping immunity, you're giving a buff, that's a really good buff, you're getting an extra turn, and you're attack breaking. That all in one skill. For no souls, right? That's just the S3. Right? So that's like look at Leslie Kid, right? Maybe you're not convinced yet. Maybe you're like, alright, why don't you do something like Basara that pushes back, unable to be buffed, right? Does all this stuff, right? So again, we mentioned it's you don't check, right? You're not checking for you don't check for evasion or all that stuff, right? So that alone already makes a pretty good opener, right? So that's just the S3. Let's look at the rest of the kit, right? Then you have the S2, which is another non-attack skill. Let's see if we get to it. Yeah. So that's 2. It's another non-attack skill, which means that again, you're not checking evasion, you're not checking counterattacks, you're not checking anything, right? Except Polides. That's the only thing that's gonna do anything against you. But she already did it to the S3. Well, this S2, what you're able to do now is CR push a unit back and provoke for 1 turn. 2 turns if you soul burn, right? So 2 turn provoke if you soul burn, and you give a barrier on a 3-turn cooldown on a unit that is cycling, right? So she's giving a tank, she's already giving the 30% defense buff, right? And on top of that 30% defense buff, you're also giving a barrier that is based to the ally's max health. So your tanks become tankier. She gets tankier because she also gets a barrier. You provoke a unit, which means that you can provoke a threat. So Polides, okay, Polides got to S2, provoke the Polides. What's Polides gonna do? S1, your highest attack or your highest HP hero? Whatever, right? Who cares? Right? So in a way, doesn't lose to Polides unless you get crowned, right? If you get crowned, you lose to Polides. But without crown, it's like it forces the Polides to be in crown, and then you get to read or provoke, push them back, and get a barrier. That's a lot of utility on a non-attack skill, right? So you have an opener. So essentially on her turn 1, to break it down for you guys, on her turn 1, you get to strip the opponent, attack break them, give your team an unstrippable buff, and then after all of that, you get to push back a problem unit and provoke the problem unit. She's self-sufficient in every single way. And to top it all off, they even gave her damage in the way of her S1. Because they made it a forced dual attack skill. Like Lilias. On a 121 speed unit. And it's an unconditional dual attack. Unlike Cerise, unconditional. So you have a Cerise type unit. And people are saying, and Cerise is a good unit. A great unit. And yes, that is French subs. I don't know why that's French subs, actually. Those are French subs. That's kind of interesting. Good catch. I don't know why it's French subs. I'm not French. I don't speak French at all, by the way. But yeah. She literally has Cerise's speed. can essentially do what Cerise does, except she can immediately lock down one target. Cerise can't do that, right? Gives a buff and can force a dual attack without conditional. Unconditional S1. Unconditional, right? And we haven't even gotten to the crazy part. Y'all want to know what's crazier? I didn't touch on this because I wanted to get up till now. She's a 121 speed unit, right? Y'all want to know what artifacts? She's a warrior. Y'all want to know this little artifact that they call Border Coin? Y'all know what Border Coin does, right? Have y'all read Border Coin? Because a lot of people don't realize why Border Coin is so good. Also, the Sahak artifact works as well. But Border Coin is where I'm like, this is where it starts getting nuts. Like at this point, it's... Oh yeah, this ML Lilias is way better than regular Lilias. Y'all want to know when it starts getting nuts? Let's actually look at the artifacts. She's a warrior, right? She gets access to this little thing called Border Coin. Y'all know what Border Coin does? Border Coin, every time you use a non-attack skill, you get an attack buff, which is whatever, but you also get an innate 10% speed buff. What that means is that on turn 1, you get a 20% speed buff. Innate. This will stack with speed buff. That's why, and you do have the Sahak option, right? Sahak's artifact. But this will scale with speed buff. You can do this and speed buff. Secret Fantasia would also be good, yes. But the speed, it's just thinking about it, it's just like, you can stack that with speed buff. You also have the new artifact from Sahak that can give her speed buff, right? You get speed buff and the critical damage. I still think Border Coins is strictly better just because you get it innately. So, what you're looking at, essentially, if we pull out my little handy dandy calculator, right? It is very realistic for people to get Lilias to 280 speed, right? If you max coin, after you do your turn 1, your 280 speed ML Lilias becomes a 336 speed Lilias. And then afterwards, you know, after you get your last Border Coin stack, because you're going to get it pretty fast because you're cycling so quickly, right? 280 speed. You're going to get to 30% speed increase. So that's going to be 364 speed. Which means that you are lapping every bruiser in the game and you're pulling dual attacks with a 364 speed unit that you can on top of that put a speed buff on. A speed buff is another 30%. So we can add another like 84% to this. Or 80 plus speed. That's like over 400 speed unit that can pull dual attacks. Like, do y'all realize how crazy that is? Y'all know how toxic dual attacks are, right? So now let's actually think of combinations. Because on top of all this stuff that we're talking about, there's even more to this. Because she even can combo off with other units. Right? On top of everything we talked about, she can combo off with other units, right? Because you have a unit that's Mach speed. Yeah, 373, that's still insane. That's still insane, right? 273 speed. And there are people that are going to get her to 300 speed. Right? Is there like a max speed gap? Well, there is no speed gap. You can literally make a 400 speed unit that's pulling for dual attacks. Do y'all realize why that's crazy, right? But on top of all that, she works with almost every meta unit right now. Because Cerise is really good because of the dual attacks, right? But think of this. ML Lilias, like, Mach 5, we just talked about she can get to 380 speed, right? And she's pulling guaranteed dual attacks and giving an attack buff and a defense buff. Imagine her with someone, say, like a Robbie. You're pulling your A Robbie at Mach 5 speed to dual attack with you, right? Insanely fast. You're just pulling with a dual attack with A Robbie, right? Let's say you're not pulling A Robbie. Who would you be pulling besides A Robbie? Let's say you're pulling Belian. And you're also giving defense buff to Belian, by the way. Right? So you're giving her an attack buff and a defense buff at the same time in the same hero. And because she's so fast, it's basically permanent. Right? You're pulling Belian, right? dual attacking with Belian. That's an AoE attack on a unit that you just made tankier and also gave her more attack, right? Then, let's say you're like, okay, King Blair, you keep saying all these Bruiser heroes. I'm a cleave brain. I can only play with cleave units. I don't know what to do if it's not a cleave unit. Well, why not just use Ida? Ida, the new recent buff that they gave her, gives her, I think it's on the S3. Yeah, when this skill is available, every time that you use a non-attack skill, she gets 20% CR push. Which means that ML Lilias does too. She gets a 40% CR push. So you can, and she strips, so she sets up into Ida. So you're able to strip the opponent, CR push your Ida up, who's gonna have bulk, right? You give her an attack buff of sorts, and you come in and you stun the enemy because you already stripped the immunity. It's like, how can anyone think this unit is bad? You know, like, the more I read this, the more I'm like, she's, why would you not pick her? Like, in what situation would you not pick her? How does that start stack with ML Lilias and a lifesteal? I believe it's no, it's additive. So it'd be 40%. If you have a lifesteal set, it would be additive, so you would have 40% lifesteal off of your damage. So that's usually how it works, Edmund, as far as lifesteal goes. She's before release. Yeah, Jose Moreno, I don't want to be this Debbie Downer because I'm really excited for her because I didn't even mention, right? I didn't even mention one of her new best friends. We know that Ameru is getting a buff, right? This unit is getting a buff. Her S1 wins you games, right? ML Lilias is pulling her at Mach 5 speed to do the S1s that are doing AoE attacks. But on top of that, she has this passive that makes her already really tanky because you get Proof of Valor. If you add on top Vigor, like, I just can't imagine. Like, I just can't. Like, how do you compete with that? You're making a unit like her insanely tanky, helping her with dual attacks, and provoking the opponent's targets that could get rid of her, like LQC, because you can provoke them down. Like, and she's good in cleave. She's good in aggro. She's good in tank. Like, there is no situation where I'm like, oh yeah, ML Lilias would not be a good unit here. Like, and that's us. And we haven't even talked about cooldowns. She's already extremely fast, and her cooldowns are not even that long, right? This is gonna go down to a 4-turn cooldown, right? Because this is not including Mola. It's gonna be a 5-turn cooldown, unless they nerf the cooldowns, which they probably should. And this is on a 3-turn cooldown. So, and if you soul burn, you can perma-lock a unit down. So, to put it like simply, right? To just summarize everything we talked about, you have a unit that is enabling your other units, that is making your teams tankier, that is stripping your opponent, that is debuffing your opponent, that is perma-locking a unit down. How lose? How do you lose? How do you counter this unit? Like it's just hard. Like, she's probably gonna be permabanned, honestly. Right? So I really hope. Okay, let's talk about potential counter picks. All right. Potential counter pick 1. Right? Potential counter pick 1. Polides on Abyssal Crown. Right? Polides on Abyssal Crown can actually deal with this. Right? So if you get lucky, you get to stun her and stun someone else because Polides S1, and then you get to follow up and kill them. But the thing is, you know what the funny thing is with Polides? They'll still keep the bigger buff. You can't strip it, so you can't use that. Oh, you already have the Abyssal Crown. You do reduce the cooldown by 1 turn. So Abyssal Crown Polides is not a bad option, but they still keep 1 turn. Right? They'll still keep 1 turn. Selene, like regular green Selene, can potentially kill a target, but if you put it like, let me give you guys a team, right? Because someone in the comments said Selene, right? For the non-cleave variant, Selene doesn't do anything though. So for the cleave variant, she might, but just think of this: ML Lilias, Belian, Crimson Armin, Ameru, and let's put like another toxic unit here that like you have to ban. I don't know. I don't know what you could run here actually to make it like like a must ban unit. What's another must ban unit? Oh, like flex pick, right? Like just these 3 alone, I'm just like, she's making them dummy tanky. It's a forced ban almost every single time. Like I don't think any situation where you don't ban this unit. Like she's just like, Celine's not killing any of these units. Wait, she can decrease buff duration for unique buffs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Polides can decrease buff duration for unique buffs. If I remember correctly, Polides is actually a lot better than that people give her credit for. She can't actually reduce buff duration of... It's just reduce buff durations. Even unique buffs she can reduce. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just buff duration by 1 turn. But here's the thing, Neil. Alright, so here's the other thing. So now, people are mentioning, what if we outspeed her? Well, as far as outspeeding her, she can easily run immunity, right? She can easily run immunity. Because she doesn't care about Rimuru. So that means Cerise is not a good counter to her, because she'll just cycle it out. And you can strip the invincibility if she outspeeds you. A Sid is not going to one-shot her. In no world does a Sid one-shot her. You can't Ran Cleaver. So there is that. You can't actually Ran Cleaver if you're lucky and you have the setup to actually be able to cut her, right? So Ran can't actually, you can't cleave through Lilias, so I will say that you can't cleave through Lilias. But Judge Kise, 115. ML Lilias, 121. You're not outspeeding her. AOL, right? You may be thinking, AOL is 112. She's a turtle compared to ML Lilias. 9 speed? That's a lot. 9 speed is a lot in the whole world of openers. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna do anything. AOL is gonna get easily outsped. So, assuming gear quality is equal, it's tough. Yeah, Crescent Moon Ring can. Kise can. I will make a point for Kise. I think Kise is looking really attractive as a unit because you can actually do it. But you realize, even if you do all of that, she's still fast. She's still pulling for dual attacks. I would not build any damage. I would just do straight speed, effectiveness, and tank for ML Lilias. But yeah. But yeah, it's just Celine's not doing anything. I actually can't, like, besides outspeeding her with Kise or cleaving her, I don't see any counters to this unit. Personally. I'm sure someone will find one. But it's like it's hard for me to think of what a counter to her. Right, like something that punishes her in particular. Like you can punish the other things, but that's gonna be a unit. So now they'll see, like, assuming she doesn't get changed, ML is gonna be like one of the most broken units in the game, to me. But I wouldn't put Nightmare. I would put Crown on Polides because you want Polides to have the highest chance to actually stun this. Polly can keep Lelo Crown. She doesn't need the new artifact. So, but yeah, it's you don't need any damage on her. She's legit just speed and effectiveness. Oh, fun fact, and for the other people that are newer players, if you don't care about PvP, this unit is an amazing PvE unit. Why? You're getting a free buff, you're getting free dual attacks, you're getting a free provoke. What else can you ask on a unit like this? Right? I mean, in any situation where you use Ross or where you would have used regular Lilias, except for like Jubilee Court, right? Because Jubilee Court, there's a lot of debuffs. But you're making your teams tankier in PvE. And you're dual attacking, right? So she's also an amazing PvE unit for like Abyss, for like Raid and stuff like that. So she's gonna be a pick or ban unit. People are saying that's how you counter. Yeah, honestly. Kalric, yeah. Kalric will be really good. Kalric and Kise, I will say that. Anything that can outspeed her and there's a higher speed bracket. Where's Kalric though? I don't think he's a higher speed bracket. He's not. Kalric is not a higher speed bracket. So it's not a counter because she's a higher speed bracket than you. So assuming gear is equal, good luck. How's she stunning at ER speed tank? How? Because what does she need? All she needs is effectiveness. She already has some, right? She has what? And like the thing about it, it's like it's not even the effectiveness that matters, right? It's a setup, right? It's just all the icing on the cake. That's tough. How does Crown work with Polides S2? Does the S2 strip Crown stun? Yes. Minus Alter, that's how it works with Polides. I was actually told this. It's similar to Basar. The S2 will reduce, and then the stun will happen. It's in that order. So yes, Polides with Crown will strip first, and then Crown. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope, I don't know if I'm just like capping, but in my mind, I just don't see this unit being bad. I just never see this unit being bad. I just don't see a situation where you wouldn't want to bring her. Like, why would I not want to build her 300 speed with like 150 effectiveness and like still gonna have decent bulk stats, right? Imagine like whales too. They'll get the full speed, the full self imprint, right? With all that HP. You can have a unit that's like tankier than Cerise, faster than Cerise, more utility than Cerise, just running around. She might be Fabio, which means that AOL is gonna be start figuring out AOL counters, because AOL is gonna be, you're gonna have to play a lot more AOL. I don't know, man. Like, maybe in my mind I'm overhyping her, but like the more I think about it, I don't want to go against it. I don't want to have to deal with like a versatile pick like that. She's going to get picked, right? She's gonna get picked or banned. So A Ross will still be better in PvE. I do agree, Harry. A Ross will still be better in PvE. Lilias does have the cleanse, so in a way she'll still probably be better. But ML Lilias, I mean, it's dual attack and really nice buffs, which is all you really need. And you get a barrier too. So yeah. No, I showed you guys the math. I showed you guys the border coin math. Abyssal Crown does not ignore ER. Yes, Abyssal Crown does not ignore ER. That is, yes, that is true, Ike. I don't see anyone putting ER on ML Lilias. There's no reason to. Like, just make her fast and have her open. There's no reason to put immunity. Or not, you should put immunity on her if you can, but there's no reason to not. You could even use effectiveness set, honestly. You don't need immunity. If you're confident on your ML Lilias, you don't need immunity. Abyssal Crown ignores miss, but it does not ignore FRS. It will still do and go through the check. Yes. Who is perma prevent now? Gonna be set free? Yeah, AOL is probably gonna be set free. So, but the thing about it is AOL has counters, except they're kind of expensive. No, I agree, Fabio. Like, in my mind, if she is released as they show on here, I am genuinely worried for the RTA meta. Because it's going to be a disaster. There's going to be so many must-ban units. Like, when are we going to get to prevents, you know? But, again, there's still a chance for new units to come out. Oh, yeah. ML Lilias Landy, ML Lilias Stene. Like, it's going to be so scary, dude. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. I'm going to pull for her. I'm going to pity her. Oh, I know you're gonna do ER. I mean, I'm sure there's other builds you can do, but in my mind, the super speedy border coin build just makes so much sense to me, because you have to one-shot her, and you have to hope she doesn't one-shot you. But good luck one-shotting a unit with a barrier, self-defense buff, going super fast, right? It's gonna be hard to do that. Oh yeah, and there's, oh yeah, I didn't even mention the Amo Kawasu Ken, right? They even go well together. So I don't know. Let me know if you think I'm going crazy, right? If you think she's not as hyped up as I'm making her out to be, and you think she's gonna be worse, please let me know. I wanna see what the people that don't think she's gonna be insane, why it is that they don't think she's gonna be insane. Let me actually see what people said in the comments. So that's fine. Yeah, I know I can say for sure. Yes, the thing's gonna be really good. Busted for booster teams, absolutely. Let's see. A second her. Man, people don't value utility a lot. That's for the most people, I imagine, it's because of the utility. This person that mentioned she does not care about counterattacks, as all her skills are based on actually, like, all her skills are non-attack skills except her S1. She counters AOL because she's a higher speed bracket and can provoke her through immunity. it will definitely get stronger with time unless they bring other ones. So I disagree with this one. Let's see. I'm kind of curious of other stuff. Oh man, he always has some really interesting hot takes. I mean, he doesn't mean it's gonna be. It is very gear dependent. I will say that. She definitely is gear dependent. Best friends Ida. Yep. Police will be decent against her, but not the craziest. We have had a couple clean ones. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looking through those, I don't know, man. That's what I'm thinking, though. Oh, I thought of a counter. A counter for ML Lilias. Unironically, Rowana will do really good with ML Lilias, because if you have an ML Lilias that is dual attacking at that speed, you can actually take away a lot of the advantage that she actually provides with the dual attacks and give yourself advantage every time she's taking a turn. So in a way, you're making yourself faster with her. You can actually like aggro her down in those type of situations. So I definitely do think that Rowana will be a pretty good unit. I think Rowana is going to see a lot more play soon. Especially with Archdemon Shadow. It's also a really good counter, right? Especially against the Lion. Rowana is definitely looking like a really good unit right now. Not gonna lie. Rowana looking like a really solid option right now for all these heroes. So Rowana gonna be really good. SSB as well, you're right. So I mean, there is SSB not as much because you take away her immunity, and that's one of the things that makes SSB so annoying. Amopilus. Yeah, Amopilus too. You're right. Amopilus. So there are counters. Okay. Alright. So we do have a couple. Alright. So we do have a couple. Good thing we're talking it out. I was just thinking about it because like this unit has to have some counters that are innately in the game. If they don't, it's gonna be insanely stupid. So okay, so we found a couple. So Rowana, SSB to an extent if you have a cleanser, Amopilus. So that's good. Rowana is not great against her, but yeah, I would say that, okay, so here's the thing with Rowana. The Archdemon Shadow, I'll answer your question in a second, Barq. But as far as Archdemon Shadow into Rowana, they still need to have the soul burn in order to soul burn their Rowana. And this is why we use Stella Harpa on Rowana. Because if they're doing S1 on your Rowana, you have to pray you hit that Stella Harpa. Which is pretty good, right? So if you have Stella Harpa Rowana, it's a toss-up. So it's not as bad. So Stella Harpa's not that bad. Amero and Rowana is Stella Harpa dependent. Still in Roana's favor for the most part though. Barq, hello, just watching stream as early game who just farming Blondine. Is she worth my first Mystic Pity or should I wait for other units? You're 500 medals away from Pity. Wow, that's a really good question. You know, the reason why I say that's hard is because in the past I would have said yes. Absolutely. But with recent Epic 7, I feel like Epic 7 recently, it's like every new unit is broken. I will say out of all the Mystic heroes in the game, she has the most PvE potential. Out of most of the ML 5 stars. And she's a really good support option. I want to say yeah. I mean, I can't think of another hero that you would want over her. Besides maybe Archdemon Shadow. But she's really good support. So I would say Barq, if you're early on, she definitely has potential for you for PvE. She's not aggressive. She's not like a Stede, Aspected Tenebria. She's not a Robbie. She's not doing damage. So it's one of those units that you're not going to get as much value because early game is all about the damage. Later on, it's about the utility. But she seems really hard to release a counter. But again, it's just with recent Epic 7, they just release a lot of counters to new units. Whenever a unit is a problem, they will release a counter to her, which sucks. The only thing I would say, yeah, that's the thing. It's hard for me to tell you. If you like her design, I would definitely consider it. As far as play pattern, she'll definitely be good. It's not like a trash unit. You can't go wrong. But like, and A Robbie already got her rerun, so you're not gonna get A Robbie anytime soon. Stene got her rerun. The only other units that I would think would be better worth the pity would be if they release another broken unit or someone like Fallen Cecilia. That's like the only unit I can think about that are like worth the pity. So it's usually pity is worth up to you. So if you like the play pattern, then for sure. If this is your first gacha game, that's a little rough because you have to see if you like the Bruiser aggressive playstyle, if you like more utility, if you like dual attacks. I would pity for her. I'm going for her. I think she's a must-pull unit, personally, for higher up. I don't know about early game, though. If you're using Stella Harpa versus Archdemons, you're griefing. Why? What else would you use on Roana aside from Stella Harpa? Oh, Maid. Maid is not going to get a rerun, I don't think. She already got a rerun. Maid would be another one that's worth pity as well. Maid would actually be one of the best to pity. But FCC, I would say. Maid, I would say. Those are like two like really good just overall for everything in the game. Yeah. Let me actually look at the ML list that we have right now. Arby, you should get for free. Maid already did get her rerun, yeah. So it's unlikely she'll come from a very long time. Hey, Robbie's not gonna come. Let's see. Fawn Cecilia, definitely. Strasse would be one that I would consider just because he's so good for PvE. So Strasse, Fawn Cecilia as pitable units. Hey, Robbie. Spec T, if you went for Arby, Spec T for sure. As well. The rest are like up to you. Maid for sure. Yeah, that's it. That's all the like must-haves that I see. So Maid, Fawn Cecilia, A, Robbie, and Strasse. Those are like the only other ones that I would like absolutely waste pity for. You don't trust Stella Harpa? You don't trust Stella Harpa? Really? I trust Stella Harpa. Stella Harpa carries. It's 60%. It's not a once per turn. So you can do a lot. I think Roana will still be really good, even into Amaru. And then again, you can always just ban the ML Lilias or ban the Amaru, right? LRK is not bad. I'm just saying, like, if you asked me what are units that I would tell you if you had pity. If you were at pity, what are the heroes that I would tell you this hero is a hero that you would use pity for? I would say Strasse, Fallen Cecilia, Abe Ravi, Stene, and Maid Chloe. And all the other ones would be, I would say, it's completely up to you. ML Lilias, because she hasn't been released, I would wait 3 weeks before you do it. ML Cowrick is up there as well, right? ML Cowrick, I would almost say is up there too. So he's another one I would also think about. Buying Fire along with Amaru Alliance, Trust is good. He's pretty, yeah, that's really nice. Stella Harper good for PvE too. Yeah. For Amaru, I will build Roana with high press. I mean, the thing about Amaru and Roana is Amaru can just soul burn and hit you. That's the only thing you have to know. That Amaru can just soul burn and hit you, which you have to like respect. What unit should I aim for rerolling a side selective summon unit? So Anonymous, if you're talking about like what unit should you reroll for, if you already have Sigrid, honestly, I don't know. I didn't reroll. I just reroll for Sigrid and I called it a day. If you really wanted to go hard on rerolling, you would wait until a 70-day summon event and try to get an ML as well as Sigrid for starting. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of insane PvP units, but I'm just saying like a lot of them. Season tier list when noob? When we get higher up. But yeah, you should wait till the end of the banner and just see what's next. She's definitely not a bad unit to do. But okay, let's do some RTA. We can keep talking, but we'll do a little bit more RTA. What time is it? Okay, it's 12. So I have like 30 minutes left. So we'll do a little bit of RTA. I should have my units already built for it. So, anybody doesn't know ML coin rotation? I really hope it's Amaru because I'm one pity away on the coin rotation from getting Amaru. But yeah, I think ML Lilias. All in all, I just, man, like I just can't. Like I am tired of this meta because I'm just ready for the new meta to come. Right, I'm just ready for the ML Lilias meta to come. It's gonna be fun. So we met a Robbie. We'll pick the remove up. So, and then right now, I'm just chilling right now. Yeah, I'm running a lot of Wyverns. Tomorrow, we're doing a crafting stream. So, tomorrow, we'll do a crafting regear stream. And then we will... Oh my god, this guy's going hella tanky. Damn. Let's not pick Roana yet. Let's pick something like this. Don't want Roana. I don't think I need her. I want to still limit test Emma Kawasu though. I want to keep limit testing him. See what he's about. Spectana, of course, Belian Spectana. Not surprised. This is very standard. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same units, dude. I should have first picked Fallen Cecilia, though. Because I do struggle really hard against Fallen Cecilia. Oh, God. This guy's going hella chunky monkey. We'll do this. And let's see here. I should get an AoE unit. I'll put Meru. Right now, I'm looking at banning the Fallen Cecilia and just going all in. Ricardo third pick is really early, though. I should not be picking him this early. I probably lose this match. He gets last pick, and I'm banking on banning FCC, which is not somewhere you want to be. So let's see what his last unit is, and then we'll go from there. T-Serin, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I really don't mind that one. It's a little odd into Ameru though. I think he bans Ameru. But if he bans Ameru, my Rimu just kills his T-Serin though. That's a really interesting last pick actually. He's gonna ban my Craw, most likely. Oh, he banned Emako. What the fuck? Why? Interesting. I haven't played a 7 in a moment. Was kind of tired from mindless grinding. That's fair. Good job, Solis. It happens. Everyone deserves a break here and there. Who's this going first? Oh, so she's going first. All right, Riet, do your worst. I actually wanted that. That was actually best case scenario for me. Because T-Serin dies to Rimuru. He brings back Belian, most likely. It's my guess. Shepherd Riot yet? No. Healer, I haven't got enough of it yet. I'm a 21, but I don't have charms, unfortunately. He has to stun a Mercedes. If he doesn't stun Mercedes, he is throwing the game. Because if I proc one magic for friends, he's screwed. Okay. He's not throwing the game. He gets the S3. And we're just gonna harp on her. Good dodge, good dodge. Alright, Belian being Belian. Nothing new. I want to be S2s here. There's no reason for him to. Unless he wants to get the provoke guaranteed. And I'm still trying just to go for blinds here. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get a guaranteed. He has to greed and try to kill my Riot. Alright, so she's dead. We just start slowly working on the rest of the team. Cross should be able to horse soon, so. I might just blow it now, so I can start getting the cooldowns on it quicker. And to get a barrier so he doesn't die right away. And I know he can soulburn here for the Ruel. And but if he soulburns, that means less damage for him. He'll try to kill my Mercedes here, which is what I would try to do here as well. Yep, there's a soul burn. Kill the Mercedes. Does not kill the Mercedes. Wow, that is a very squishy Ruel. Alright, GG. I'm surprised we won that one. The T7 was a really huge throw. Yeah. I'm a little confused why he did what he did. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Someone in the chat I saw said, buff Riot? No, Riot does not need a buff. But okay, let me read some of the stuff that y'all have been saying. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Yeah, I like Emma Ricardo. I see her about the streamer Kawasa team that was like 0-10. It's not that bad, healer. It's not terrible. Please make it a filler. ML5, ML Lilias, and Arrow. I don't have mystics for after repeating her. I think for sure the coin-based one is gonna be. There's a really good chance it's gonna be Amaru because in order us units were released, it's Amaru or Briar Witch, but they might go off rotation. I really hope they do Amaru when I have the coins for her though. Yeah, she picked she picked T-Cern into Makawazu into Rimuru. It was kind of a throw. So that was a big throw on that part. Riet is very strong right now. Like, I think Riet is one of the strongest he's ever been. The people that are saying Riet is weak is because they don't have the investment into him. Oh yeah. I'm like 0-0 against. Ours is broken, dude. Ours is busted. He's way too good. He really makes me want to build a cleave. Balion's really annoying. But it's just, it wasn't that terrible. We dealt with Balion-ish. Oh, Briar Witch already happened? So that means that most likely was Archdemon Shadow. My guess is he wanted ML Celine instead of Tempest-Cern. Because ML Celine would have actually been a really good pick for him there. Because ML Celine counters Riot. ML Celine doesn't counter Rimuru though. But it would have been way, way better in that situation. If that last pick was ML Celine, I probably would have lost. So, might have been a misclick on his part. Dang, dude. I don't know how to beat ours. Ours is different. Can I share my Riot build? I'll show it after this fight. I've shown him before. He's one of my pride and joys. I have a lot of investment into him. Because I really like him. But, yeah. It's like, dude, I don't think I've got a single game where Rimuru and Balion were not picked. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is actually crazy for me to think about. And I really like Riot, so I almost always pick him when I can. He's actually one of my favorite units, which is why I need to get a Max Shepherd or Hollow for him. Shepherd or Hollow raises his attack to like the next level. But yeah, I remember one-shots Demo Celine as well. But then he could have brought it back with Ruel and then brought back the Balion that way. Yeah, yes. Shinchi, he needs to be on a speed build. Dude, he needs one more DPS here. Stene? This is gonna check two things. It's gonna check first, is his Rimuru on the first thing it checks is this Rimuru on immunity with the Akali? The second thing it's gonna check is, so it is on immunity, and now let's see if he has it. Okay, I was actually gonna go for that because I did want to get rid of her if possible. We'll get attack buff, but that's why we wanted to kill, right? Because they'll get attack buff from this, but we will hide. He's gonna try to kill Arali, most likely. Oh, what the hell? And he hit! Bruh! I hate this game, dude. I hate this game, dude. I cannot believe he hit. That actually kills me. I lose now. I should have been the Rimuru. Hindsight. Hindsight 2020. Hindsight 2020. Still winnable. It's just not looking great for us. Still winnable, still winnable, still winnable. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. We have Crimson Seed. He shouldn't hit my Arabi though. Okay, he hit my Arabi. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect, perfect. It's still winnable, it's still winnable. I'm not worried, I'm not worried. He needs to not hit my A Ravi. Okay, he's gonna S3 the Rimuru. That's most likely what he does here. That's not good. Oh, he's just going for that. Okay. All right. Okay. This is not gonna kill, by the way. But it's giving my Akali more turns to try to reach lethal. He's actually he should live. We're so close to actually killing. He should live just because of the barrier. This will kill Arabi though. Arabi's gone. Yep. Okay. He doesn't have soul, so he cannot kill Riet this turn. That sucks, dude. That poison sucks. Alright. And we're just trying to get Riot stacks at this point. Oh, man. Yeah, it sucks that he actually was able to hit us. That was like worst case scenario. Oh, he had an S3? Alright, we definitely lost. GG. We had hope if he didn't hit our... if he hadn't hit our Akali, because if our Akali kept stealth and Invis, we would have been able to stun. That was my fault. I should have banned the Rimuru. I didn't think he was gonna hit me though. So he played ballsy and he won because of it. So I'll give respect to him. Riley is good if he's dodging attack. I mean, he doesn't have to dodge attack. He's still good. He just does a lot of damage. I don't think he needs a buff. Oh, wait. I was going to show the Riley. I don't think Riley needs a buff. I think it's... Riley requires really, 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 really high investment. Like, we're talking, like, really, really high investment. I'm also changing my A-Ravi build because I do not like the counter build. I think if I had a faster A-Ravi with more damage, she would do a lot more work for me. I'm doing a big account regear tomorrow too. Not for Riot though. But this is the Riot. It's not perfect, but I have to change this to a Shepherd of the Hollow for more damage. What else? What else? Like there's like obviously it's not all max roll. This is still a purple piece, so it could be faster or more damage. I think I would go for more damage though. And change to a pen set, potentially. So this could be a pen set, right? This is actually not rolled that high. This is a really a piece that can be replaced in the future, and then this is a piece that can be replaced in the future. So if I replace like for a pen set and give him what he needs, he'll be fine. So it's not a perfect Riot, but imagine if I was a pen set Riot, right? If I had a pen set Shepherd of the Hollow Riot, he would one-shot that Ruel. I would be able to do the S3 that I did and just go straight into the Ruel and one-shot her there. With Riot. But yeah, hindsight, I probably should have been the Rimuru. That was my fault. Or put a mage. It's SSS. No, it's not SSS, healer. It's not SSS. It's SS. So I'm over critted and I have the slate for it. So I can't actually get pen set pieces that can replace that, and I can have the same exact stats with a pen set. And I've actually looked at how that looks, and it's insane how it actually would look like. This Riot build is very, very bad. You don't like the Riot build? Why not? Bargain night. Send me one. Send me one on the private chat. If you have a better Riot build, send it to me. I always like seeing different Riot builds. I've seen different ones. I've seen lifesteal ones. So, if you have a better one, I am more than happy to look at it. Mediator Cowrick, 250 plus speed. Pure Battle Pen, probably later. Meteor Cowrick, 250 plus speed, like 30k HP, like just crazy tank stats. I'm trying to think what I want to do here against this Rimuru. You bet the A Robbie, right? So I'm trying to decide. Something tells me he's gonna cleave. So we pick Poly, just in case. Orgo, Lifesteal, Pen, Bruiser, same attack and CD. But I mean, I've seen the Lifesteal ones. I've seen the slow Lifesteal ones. I don't like the Lifesteal one. It does a lot of damage, right? But what I don't like about the Lifesteal one is your opponent takes turn 1 in most scenarios. I do know a lot of people use it. Okay, see, it's cleaving. Okay, I had the right call. I do know that Lifesteal Pen Bruiser build, but you can't get that much attack and that much more tank. And most of the time, the Rielets like that are like 10k HP and 1k defense. And I just really don't like how easy they snap, personally. So we'll do this. We'll do this because his idol's cheer. I personally like the speed one though. I tried Lifesteal Riot for a long time, and the fact that he's slower, like he doesn't live that much longer than a speed one. The damage is the same, and the speed one takes more turns and does more damage. Although I will say, like, if you have a perfect Lifesteal build one, it is pretty nice. Do you mind sending it to me? I want to see it because I want to see the potential stat lines. Yeah, that's the big one. The speed one doesn't lose to the counters as much. Alrighty, let me see here. Who's the last unit I usually pick in this situation? The most likely have to ban Polides, right? Honestly, this puts a little speed pressure on him because he only has the Ran, right? I do give him the Rimuru, but I could kill off the Strauss if he doesn't ban her. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to decide. I'd probably go for the... who do I want to kill first? That's a real question. I can't kill the Rimuru, right? I could go for Arby. But then he gets to steal my barrier. But this will silence everyone, actually. So I'll just go for this one. Get the silence on everyone. He'll get the attack buff. I'll get the barriers. If he AoE'th me, he gives me turn advantage. My ML Haste will die here. Oh, he went for the S2. Alright. He just loses here. I don't know what he was trying to go for. I don't want him to get the Soulburn S2, so I'm going to get rid of her first. And he can't S3 with Rimuru, so... yeah, it's not ours. And he just loses here. Yeah, he has no way of winning this game at this point. My whole team just destroys him at this point. Not sure why he didn't go for the ammo haste though in that situation. Nice. Alright, give me a second. Fair, wouldn't speed be better on pen and portrait? No, the best would be Shepherd of the Hollow because you get almost exact same as Portrait and you get the evasion, so you can actually dodge. Give me a second. Let me look at the Discord because I should be getting some good stuff. I should be getting some of the stuff my way. If you can't find the Discord, if you join the main Discord, if you can't find my Discord, just go to the main one. Let me put an invite link because I do want to see the Riolets. I have seen the lifesteal ones and I don't like how many counters it has, which is why I like the speed one, in case you're all wondering, and why I think it's better in most situations. Also, people don't guard against it most of the time. It's if you told me it's bad because it's not optimized, that's true. It's not optimized, so I still have a lot of room to grow. For that one, at least. Where is that? There we go. I don't have a Mediator Carrick. Let me see if someone has put one in the Discord. In the top unit builds. They should have at this point, I'm sure. He is a warrior. Wait. We don't have a... Okay, let me actually look at the top unit. I'm sure someone has put one up. Let's see. I know there's... Myth has posted so many good ones. Or Lunars. Lunars is also just insane. Man, why can't I find it? Someone showed me a really good one. But essentially, most Meteor Cow rigs that I see that are really good are like 250 speed. Let me see if Myth is on and I can ask him. Okay. You sent a unit review? Let me see it. Let's see, let's see. The Riot. So, the ones I've seen would have a max hollow, right? And would have 4k attack. And their defense would be 1000, right? But it would be around the same speed. And about the same crit damage. So, that's the ones I have seen that are like that. Yeah, I see it there. They're like, to get the lifesteal Riot, I imagine you don't have him triple SS either. So he has to be triple SS and he has to be at least 1k defense for the one, like for optimal lifesteal Riot. For this one, I would just go for a speed set Riot at this point with this gear, because this he'll just die to like straight hits, like one Belian and he dies. That's the big one. It's like I didn't like the matchup into Belian with the lifesteal Riot, because you get one unlucky time where the Belian strips your dodge and it's just GG. I sweep it on Pen and Portrait. But no, Shepherd of the Hollow is the best for speed set Riot. It'd be Shepherd, Pen set, and that's the one that a lot of aggro players will run. And then the one that like the Korean legends run, it's lifesteal Riot with like 1.1k HP, 1k defense, 4k attack, 300 crit damage, and they're just there to like destroy. Oh man. Are we gonna get a free win? Please, please. This dude looks way too hard. I don't want to have to try this hard right now. No, he reconnected. We're screwed. Oh. Who's gonna disconnect first? Me or him? That'll be a really nice win. But because he's an Emperor player and he's from a top 3 guild, that would be a really hard fight. I think he's gonna disconnect though, unfortunately for him. You know, sometimes you gotta take it when it's handed to you. And later, Ryuji, thanks for dropping by. No, he reconnected. Damn it. Alright. Let's see what he goes, and then we'll try. Oh, man. We were close. We were getting close to the free dub. It looks like McDonald's Wi-Fi, maybe. The fact that he's taking this long for first pick. Oh, you sent me his ML Carrick. Perfect. he took the Fallen Cecilia. God damn it, dude. That's annoying. We'll put her track Crimson Armin. I really need to finish Crimson Armin. There is no reason she should be like this. But this is like an example of a Bruiser one that's pretty decent. This is from a high level player. Again, the big thing is the speed and the HP. You want him to be pretty tanky on high speed. The pen set is because he actually does pretty respectable damage, and the Warnhor is for cycling. This looks like something ours would draft. God damn it. Please don't pick Riot. Please don't pick Riot. Please don't pick Riot. Please don't pick Riot. I want to pick Riot. Okay. He'll probably put a speed contester here. Or two. Is my guess. But we do have Operator Sigurd on the thing. Should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. Spending money on her because she's badass. Oh, Harry, I'm so sorry I missed your super chat. And Fabio, too. Yes, both of y'all are right. I missed the super chats completely. I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to get used to the software. Landy. Okay, so we most likely ban the Fairy Tale. He most likely bans Operator Sigrid. Yeah? Yes. I don't see him not banning OP Sig in this situation. Because Operator Sigurd gives us attack buff. Pushes back, sets up, and I get the turn guarantee with the Crimson Armin afterwards. Yeah, there's the Operator Sigurd ban. Alright, the real struggle is getting past a 30k plus HP Fallen Cecilia. Yep. Do I want to S1 here? There's no reason for me to S3 this early. So I might just save the S3. Get that glancing. No barrier either, so she doesn't get the cheese. My Crimson Armin is so tragic. Oh man, I don't think our Reamer is gonna make it too far either, unfortunately. Let's break this at least. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay, I don't have 10 buffs, thankfully, and he'll break one of them. I don't think he'll do double S3 here. Crimson Armin's not gonna see next turn though, unfortunately. And he might save the S3 or kill the Crimson Armin. I would kill the Crimson Armin if I was him. Because he has the speed buff with Landy, he needs to kill Crimson. Okay, yeah, he's going for Crimson. Which is giving us more Hellcutter stacks, right? Yeah, if we had a better Crimson Armin, we would have won this game. That is very depressing to know. Oh, okay, he has a really tanky Arabi too. That's no bueno. So here's the problem. I need to get rid of the Landy's thing. Actually, there's a lot of problems in the situation. He probably is gonna Guiding Light here though. Yep. All right. I think Riot has a bigger damage potential than Rimuru. This should kill the Arabi. It doesn't kill the Arabi, I give up. I'll just quit. God damn it. I don't have enough buffs. This is a very tanky Arabi. He's gonna S3 because he's gonna die regardless. Kill the LQC. Or kill with the follow-up. Yeah, that's GG. Oh, I hate Fallen Cecilia. She makes everything so tanky. I probably could have also banned the Fallen Cecilia and just try to luck sack the Fairy Tail. Yeah, Aria's 25k HPA, Ravi, probably like 1.4k defense. That's a Guild Wars A Ravi. That's what I was expecting. Oh, let me see the Riot. Let me see the Riot. And the unit review? Let's see. Free to play lifesteal Riot. Is it the one that's there? Or is it a unit review? This Riot? I tried this build personally, and I just never liked it. I did do this build in the past. And mine was a little bit tankier and faster too. My problem with it is just like there was a lot of situations where I wanted him to take turn 1. Or the second they saw Riot, they would change. It's really good. This is what I would expect the lifesteal Riot to look like though. This is a really good lifesteal Riot. Or it's a pretty solid one. I have actually seen better, but it's not bad. Like I've seen them with 4k attack as well. But it is very, very hard to do that. Yeah. Lifesteal Riot is good in a lot of situations. Yeah. Yeah. But I think lifesteal, the thing that I like about Speed Riot is also gonna be really good with ML Lilias too. Is it really thinking about picking Fairy Tail? You know, normally Charlotte would be good, but I just like Mercedes so much more in the situations. Let's see here. Let's pressure his AoE picks. And our last one will likely be a support, or if he keeps going squishy, we'll go wide. And I'll ban the Rimu. If he puts no mitigation, we're just gonna ban Rimu and put Riot. Okay. He put Rowana and banned out the unit. Alright, baby. Give me those stacks. Let me one-shot you. I should have done it. It's not gonna kill, but the S1 okay, I don't want to risk it, so I'm just gonna do this. I know, S1 would have probably killed, but I just don't want to deal with it. Now his Rona is useless. I'm curious how he breaks through my team. Ooh, good damage, good damage. That was a fast landing. So I think an S3 might actually just straight up kill. I don't need ML Kawasu anymore, which is why I'm doing this. Yeah, straight up kills. Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he banned Mercedes. Oh god, I love Inferno Kawasu. God dang it, bro. I love it. I love this unit. Check the Discord? Alright, let me check it. How's the stream going, man? Oh, Valkyria. Hey, nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's going good. We're chilling. We're chilling. Oh, you rated. Oh, man, I appreciate that, bro. Dude, that's a really nice welcome. This is my first time streaming on Twitch. Man, I really need to get better about reading this stuff. I'm really bad at reading it. I appreciate it, man. It's going good, though. It's been going pretty good. I've been enjoying it. But yeah, let me check the Discord because someone told me that they sent me one of the match. That's to help out and get a boy some food. Hey, later. Have fun with that. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm getting used to Streamlabs, and I'm so used to the YouTube layout. Okay, let me see the match you sent on unit review. Let's see. Oh, what the? Oh, like situations like this? Wait, how did you win this, dude? Oh, this was... You fought the exact same guy. How did you win this situation? Like, okay, you kill Polly. Holy crap. That's crazy. I am shocked that your Riot survived that. From a glancing... Dang. At 0 HP. That's crazy. Crimson Ramen really pulled through. Yeah, Crimson Ramen would have actually won me the game as well. If I actually had her properly built, I might have actually been able to like extend it long enough. I really need to finish my Crimson Ramen, man. She's such a good unit. And having her at 4 stars is sacrilegious. That's crazy that your Riot sustained through all that. Crimson Ramen pulling in that light work for him to set up. I am shocked that you actually won that. Did I update my BlueStacks? Yes, it's supposed to be updated. I did all the changes to try to make it as much as possible. I'm going to TC phase. Nah. Tomorrow we're doing a big change. Comment with Mr. Riley. I agree. I could see that. Bonnie Knight. Yeah, I'm not saying that Lifesteal Riot, like, okay. Riot as a whole is really good. The only problem I have with Lifesteal Riot is he has more counters. But I feel like people are not using his counters anymore. I have not seen an 8-tower in first pick since I can remember. I am just in shock and awe. I cannot remember the last time I saw an 8-tower in first pick. That's crazy. He's not a contested pick. It's not like I was going to take it away from him. This makes me feel like he's going to go like full control. Oh, he's cleaving me. Okay. Where's the mage? ML Lilias gonna clap Lysol. Yeah, that's true. I agree. Yeah, once Lysol Riley, like, but the thing about it, it's like Lysol Riley with ML Lilias though. Speed Riley with ML Lilias also sounds very, very attractive to me. Let me see here. So he has one mage. He has to ban... Oh, he banned Fallen Cecilia. Alright, let's see if I'm scuffed or not. Oh yeah, Emily is gonna clap everyone. This is gonna be interesting. I might lose because I have no idea what this guy's doing. Okay, okay. He didn't bring book. Okay. He's not going to S2. Right? He can't S2. Because if he S2s, he gives me a lot for free. Right? So he has to go S3. Right? So he's killing Rimuru off. That's fine. Okay. So he's going to top model Luca S3. Okay. Kill off Rimuru, right? You have to kill him off, right? So you kill off Rimuru, right? Okay. You S3, but if you S3, you give me the game in a silver platter. So you can't S3. You have to S1. Oh my god. He actually almost looks at me. What a guy. What a guy. That was actually almost really scary for a second. So this will do no damage. It'll push up my ML Kawazu. It'll push up a Ravi. Potentially counterattacks. Yep. I get a heal. Okay. I just want to get rid of the Pavel. I know it's greedy. I know it's greedy. I could have saved it for later. 1, 2. ML Kawasu should outspeed so we can start working on him. Yeah, he has a long way to go through. He can do it though, just because of Tomoka. Soul burning, okay. Does he get the slow? Wow, he gets almost nothing. That's unfortunate for him. Something tells me this is yep, Holy Sacrifice. That's why I was trying so hard for ML Haste. He tried. What game should Angelica and Wyvern? Silver, you should be able to use all the HP sets for her. And I do have enough mystics for Lilias several clouds. I'm actually trying to plus 15 Lilias day 1. That's actually my game plan. And this should not kill my ML Haste. Not through the barrier. And you still have one more turn of provoke. And you'll soul burn to try to kill. It should kill ML Kawazu. Yep. You'll outspeed me. Do you kill me though? Do I counterattack? I do not counterattack. Alright, moment of truth. Does top model Luca kill my A Ravi at full health? He is getting the next frenzy stage. Dang, if this next frenzy stage gives him just enough damage to kill me, I'm gonna be really sad. Alright, moment of truth, everyone. Is this top model Luca one-shotting my A Ravi? Nope, he did not. Is my Ravi gonna miss the crit? Nope. I win the game. That was close. That was closer than I expected. Not as close as I would have liked, but a win's a win. Hey, what's up, D9? Can I rate my Landy? Post it in a unit review? I should do a unit review thing. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh, man. Let's see it. Politas and A Ravi. Check out my Politas and A Ravi. I want to see the A Ravi. Good A Ravis actually tilt me a little bit. The Politas is it's a standard Politas. I've seen Politas like that one. Pretty solid though for that bulk. Solid A Ravi. It's tanky. That's what's annoying. It's tanky with good attack. That's a very solid A Ravi. Man, if you could max out the artifact too, you get more attack. That'd be spicy. Okay, this is actually really good. Nice. I'm surprised he didn't go for pen. You went for Emu over Pen. That's interesting. I'm curious why. Is there a reason why you did that? Because I feel like for every situation, I would want Penset on my Aravi. And I probably will get it Penset on my Aravi. But yeah, Italian Cleveland's always nice. That's a nice one. But yeah, alright, I'm gonna do one more match. I'm gonna do one more match. No Penset. I was gonna show you. Tomorrow we're doing a. Tomorrow we are going to do a crafting stream. It's gonna be more of a boring stream, but it's account regearing crafting because there's a lot of units I want to try and I'm gonna switch up. Why is he banning Violet? What water units is going to be going? Because that's the first thing I think about. That's the only reason. It's like, are you going heavy on water? That's the only reason I can think of banning Violet. Are you gonna take the remove? Because if not, I'll take the remove. I actually don't know how to fight against Fallen Cecilia, by the way. I mentally like shut off. Like I just actually don't know how to deal with that unit. She's such a good unit. Can you rate your Landy? Is your Landy on there as well? If it's in general, it's gonna be hard for me to find. Let's see. Is this the landing that you're talking about? I've seen a lot of people switch to this build. I don't know how I feel about it. Like a speed landy setup build? I've seen a lot of people actually switch to that build. Is this guy still thinking what he's picking? Like actually? Like no way. No shot. No shot. No shot. No shot, right? No shot. He's still thinking what he's picking here. It's an Aravi. It's the easiest Aravi I've ever seen. Oh man, he's decided to go full chunky monkey. I hate this game sometimes. And the fact that this team is gonna get even dirtier when other units come out. Alrighty, let's grab Amelia so we can have some sustain as well. If we grab the, I'm actually gonna go Landy over Aravi. Just because Ravi in this situation, he can just go Stena and flex, and then I'm screwed. I'm gonna put Operator Secret last pick to force the ban. I think my Landy's still on Bloodstone, and I wanted her to be on Light. That's gonna be bad. Damn it. I really wanted her to be on Bloodstone. If you put Stena, I'll ban the Stena. I'm okay with these three for now. So we'll see what he puts last. He's really thinking about it. Wow, he's taking the full 60 seconds to think about it. Full speed landing OP in aggro because you don't expect to. Yeah, that is true. It's really good in aggro because you think you're going to outspeed it and then you get outsped yourself. And then you kind of just sit there like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so speed. Speed. I'm kind of forced to ban the Strauss and let him keep the Stena though, unfortunately. Because the Strauss would just absolutely destroy me. Landing into Belai. It's really hard to do both. My win rate does drop when I try to do both too. Let's see here. Do I want to just do it now? Yeah, why not? I kind of want immunity on my units. I'm pretty sure I lose this one, by the way. I am 99% sure I lose this one. I lost that draft. Yeah, I lost draft. I lost that draft. The reason I lost that draft is because I did not put enough pressure to outspeed him. I probably should have just kept the Operator Secret and probably I should still ban this. Just Strauss would have just absolutely destroyed me. And I still don't know if it's injury or not, so we'll do this. Be nice. And if you're wondering why I didn't push up my Landy for attack buff, why I pushed Rimuru instead, it is going to be mainly because of the immunity. I didn't want him stunning me. And that's what he's waiting for too. You can see that he's actually waiting for the stun. Wait, I'm confused. I'm surprised he didn't do a lot of other stuff. Is it injury? It is injury. Okay. That's good to know. S3? That's what I would do here, at least. Yep. We will get speed advantage here though, with the rest of our team. We'll get speed advantage, but it is very unfortunate that our Landy is not on light. Even though the blind would have probably just revealed it anyway, so it's not the end of the world. And we know it's injury blind, so we can just go on her the whole time. I'm actually saving the S2 to cleanse the to cleanse the stun. We got a lot of dual attacks there. We're dual gamers, dude. And we get the provoke. That's crazy. Does he blow the S3 early? Or does he just soul burn S1 here? What will he do? What will he do? He might just soul burn. Oh, he's just blowing it early. Okay, that's fine too. His Balan's like right there. He probably wants to get the pop. He has S3. We have S2, right? He hasn't done S3 yet. He's probably going to try to soul burn S1, S3. Oh, he's saving the S1s. Interesting. Going on Rimu to waste my Analyze? But I don't have it yet. They shouldn't hit my Polides. Or not my Polides, my Emilia. Alright, this is a ticking time bomb though. Oh man. Can our crawl lap this Stennet? I think he will with speed buff actually. Yeah, he should lap with. He's got a soul burn this one, right? You have to soul burn it. You're not soul burning? What the fuck? What is this guy doing? Okay, we do get the outspeed, as expected. Wait, I am so confused. Like, he could have soul burned, and the fact that he didn't, is he waiting for later? Like, I'm confused. I'm really close to getting Rimu S3 too. Actually, I already have it. I'm just gonna reset. I'm not gonna do attack buff yet. There's no point. I'd rather reset my damage. See, that provoke makes sense. Because he's stopping me from, you know, setting up. Are you gonna soul right now? You have S2. He's probably just gonna S2. Okay, he's soul burn. Okay, there he goes. Damn it, bro. The one time I don't actually hit the... The one time I actually don't go for it. That happens. This guy's luck. Granted, I did get a lot of duels earlier in the fight. Alrighty. Man, he got rid of a lot of my stuff, though. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna blow this just because I want the defense buff. Not because I think it's gonna land. I don't think it lands, but I just want the defense buff. Okay, it landed though. That's great. That is amazing. And I still think he has one more turn too. Yeah. He's gonna S1 to me here. Oh boy. Alright, Laney, can you kill this Stennis? Hey, what's up, Bald? How you doing? Sorry I'm not reading right now. I'm trying to like actually win this match, which is crazy close. But I think that should seal the deal. I have no clue what unit you bring back to try to win this game. Probably Stena. Yeah, Stena would be your best shot here. Because I don't have that much single target damage, right? And I think he's at S3 already. Yeah, we're gonna do this for healing and for the barrier. He doesn't have the souls. I don't think he one-shots either. It's gonna be... Man, if he had one more turn, I would have been screwed. I don't think he kills through Aureus. I hope not. Not through Aureus and barrier. Okay. Oh man, that was a good match. That was a really good match. He can kill the Landy here, but he doesn't do anything to everyone else. If you had souls, you actually would have won it too. There we go. Woo! It's going good, Bald. It's going good. Okay. Oh, man. I did say that was the last one. What a game to end it on. My goodness. All these fights are so freaking hard, dude. Mother Emo S1 or something? I did actually give it a little bit. But the other thing is that we were at Frenzy 6, dude. That was a very high Frenzy game. That was exciting, though. I enjoyed it. It was a good game. Man. But yeah. Not bad. Monarchy Stand dual attack could win. Yeah, it was a really close match. It was a very high Frenzy match. Like, if he had a dual attack with the Roel, if we did a little bit less damage, if we missed one crit, if he cycled a little bit differently, it was very close match. I did give it a couple of mola. I probably should finish plus 15ing him, honestly. Landy carry. The Bloodstone actually ended up working out for us. We also hit through miss, which is really luck-sacky. But my Landy never countered. Oh, she did a couple times, actually. So, that was tight. I really need to rework my Landy as well. This is not the greatest gear. I think I have it like split up amongst different things. It was Frenzy though. It's not that high damage. No, it's not. It was Frenzy. 100% Frenzy. Frenzy, standard, no, like levels that high of Frenzy, man. All right, yeah, I am giving my Arabi a really big difference. Oh, I did see it. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean that definitely cycling that game was pretty huge. That was nice that she was able to cycle that hard. So, yeah, that is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully I enjoyed and it was a good time. If you liked, make sure you like and sub in the YouTube channel, as well as the Twitch if you're coming from Twitch. I don't know how many are from Twitch. But make sure to hit that. No video today because I ended up streaming way longer. I should be resuming videos this week regularly. My RB sucks, so I'm not going to show him too much. I'll show him, but he sucks. I just have him for countering cleave occasionally. He does not have good gear. Tomorrow we're going to re-gear my account though, because there's a lot of units that I don't use, and there's a lot of units I want to use more. So we're going to re-gear my whole account tomorrow. This is my RB. It's really bad RB. It's a very, very bad counter RB. He does have some decently good pieces, but he's just built enough that he can function. I can't actually feed him another RB, so I actually did get a dupe RB from the sides, the thing. Either is a trap, that is true. But yeah, hopefully I enjoyed. That's all I got. The great Gear Destina? No healer, no Destina heals. No Destina gearing. She lost me one too many guild wars. She lost me one too many gear wars. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Let me know if it ever happens, something like that. Message me privately, and if it's something that we can do about it, then hopefully it's that. Yeah, it's something that's something that I've definitely had a talk with them. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's never fun to hear that you weren't welcome. I hate that happens. Yeah, I appreciate it though. I'm sorry that it didn't work out, and man, I've been trying to make it more welcoming to noob friendly, but it's hard for sure. But yeah, for sure message me if it's anything about that stuff. What's up? I'm about to end it. So quick, what is it? What was it? Before I end. More stories? Oh! Okay. My Meru, yeah, I'll show my Meru real quick. I'm actually pretty happy with her. There's like definitely places to improve, but I'm actually really happy with my current Meru. Of course, yes, I can max this out. Sword is kind of hard to replace. Helmet is replaceable. Chest, hard to replace, but it's replaceable. Really hard to replace. This is probably one of my best boots. Really replaceable, and then hard to replace. If anything, she would have a little bit more speed and a little bit more attack. I think the bulk is fine. As far as storytelling, I actually reread the full story, and I took notes on Strasse because that was gonna be the next video, but I never got around to actually making the Strasse video. And also that was what's gonna revamp the story for Epic 7. So yeah, that's on me. So, but yeah, that's all I got.